How is everybody doing today?
Well, I can tell you what, Jake. I personally am doing pretty gosh darn good.
Me too. And for me, that's because I just got in this new Venus Laowa 65mm f2.8 macro lens along with this Lazy Susan.
No way.
And we figured what better way to use this new equipment than to do some product-centric segments on this channel. And if we're gonna be starting with product videos, why not begin with the main camera setup?
But Jake, what equipment makes up your rig, though?
I'm glad you asked that. So the main centerpiece of my rig is of course my Fujifilm X-T4 camera. And with that, I have a METABONES speed booster Canon EF to Fujifilm X-mount lens adapter. And then I have my small rig cage on it, coupled with a manual follow focus, my Ninja V Plus, a mini V-mount plate, and a mini V-mount battery. And at the very bottom of it, I take this on and off. I have a little Tascam audio recorder. And for my lenses, I have a TILTA Mirage matte box, which is really easy to just snap on and off. And that makes up my main rig.
But Jake, why did you choose Fuji, though?
Excellent question, Nick.
I know it is. It's the only question I'd have never known how to ask.
So the main reason at the end of the day on why I chose Fujifilm was really just the money.
We ain't got no budget, technically. Interpret that how you will. Hell yeah.
Fujifilm was hundreds, if not thousands of dollars less than my runner-up ideas, Sony a7S III or Canon R5, R6. Especially coupling the lens prices, those were just out of the ballpark completely. So I went with the Fuji, APS-C sensor, a little smaller than the full-frame counterparts that I was looking at, but the glass is overall cheaper for it, and you can go the route I went if you want the full frame image and just get a speed booster and use full frame lenses. So I'm more or less getting the best of both worlds in that aspect of it. But other than that, it recorded 4K 60 10-bit internal video, and it did 240p 1080p video, which I've never had that on a camera before personally, coming from a Canon 90D camera before this. So it just had so much good stuff going for it at a price range I could afford.
So Jake, what is it lacking?
So for me, the biggest things that I was missing out on this camera for a while have more or less been rectified by the equipment in my rig. I was a little unenthused about the recording at H.265 internal that it does. It has no options for ProRes or let alone external RAW. And the H.265 files, I could not play those back on my computer. I had to render them all out first, and that has been consistent across every computer I've used this footage on. It was just not very easily accessible. But with this new Ninja V Plus that I got, I can now record in ProRes externally, and it gets rid of another annoyance that I had, which was the 20-minute or 30-minute recording limit, depending on if you're recording in 4K or 1080p. And those were a real nuisance, especially Nick and I, we film a long-form podcast, so that was always a nuisance to have to get up every 20 or 30 minutes to restart the recording. So that was a nitpick for sure. Another issue that I'm having, which isn't, I don't believe, a Fuji problem, it's just a problem I'm having with this specific model. Dead pixels. I'm pretty sure they're dead pixels. White spots that show up in every shot randomly. They kind of seem to move around. I'm not too well versed in that kind of issue, so I'm not sure exactly what they are, but it's been consistent for the whole year, so that's a shame. But other than that, it is a really solid camera. I love the build quality of it. It feels sturdy. I love the physical dials and switches for everything. It has just really done me right ever since I've gotten this camera. And I haven't even touched on the color and the picture that it gives me which has just been phenomenal. I would fully support getting another Fujifilm in the future, and I would highly recommend Fuji to anyone out there listening. It's just that good.
Wow, truly inspiring. Well, Jacob, the Make Your Day Brighter Snyder, thank you so much for all of this great, wonderful information.
You're welcome.
And thank all of you for tuning in to another Dawning Vision video. We appreciate y'all so much. We couldn't be where we are without all of you guys. Please make sure to subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications, follow us on Instagram, Spotify. Thank y'all so much. Please have an amazing rest of your day or night, you know, depending on what time you're watching this video.
Please.
And please, yes. And we will see you all the next time. Mwah.